there. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Welcome to Hearty Party Planning, where we put our heart and soul into your party. My name is Becca. How can I help you? You want to plan a Halloween party? I love it. I am fully on board. Okay, let me pull up some information. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm pulling everything up. Okay, so let me get everything squared away here. My computer is being crazy. Give me just a moment here. There we go. Yeah, one moment. Okay, perfect. Now, have you planned a party with us before? I was gonna say, okay, so first things first, let's start with your first and last name. Okay, perfect. Let me get that in my system here. Fantastic. Okay, and then what is a good phone number to reach you at? Perfect. Okay, fantastic. Now, can we also have an email address for you? Classic. All right, perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get everything underway here. Now, we do have some options for you with regards to Halloween parties. Now, let's see. Do you have a budget in mind? Yeah, is this like a once in a lifetime party? Is it a wedding? Is it a masquerade ball? Or is it kind of a friendly get together with friends, but you need a little extra help coordinating everything? Perfect. Okay. So that is a great budget. We can definitely work with that. We do try to keep our costs low, and we also try to make sure that our what do you call it, our fees with regards to, the planning and things like that, we do try to keep those pretty low as well, just because we kind of love what we do. And we've found that if, we keep our costs low, people are more likely to come back to us again and again for various parties, and it just feels better in general. So the way that our system works is we will have a breakdown for you of everything that we're doing before you pay anything. I know, it's pretty exciting. Like most places, they charge you like a consultation fee and things like that. We don't bother. We'd rather tell you, okay, so here's the price breakdown for food, decorations, drinks, caterers, bartenders, however big or small you want to go. We want to make sure that everything is organized and notarized. Well, not formally notarized, but you know what I mean, like noted on our invoice for you. That way there's no surprises, That's not what anyone wants. Okay, so now Halloween it's coming up, but you've definitely got time still. We can work on a limited time frame if we need to. But did you want to have the party on Halloween? Were you looking at maybe? Okay. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, absolutely. Yep, we definitely have folks available on that day to be able to be your coordinator. Yeah, and they can be as involved or not as involved as you'd like. Yeah. So, for instance, if you like, we will have a planner no matter what. If you want them to attend your party, absolutely, they can be there. If you want them to just be available by phone, that way, if something goes wrong, something doesn't show up, there's an issue of any kind, you can reach them. Perfect. And that's also something that you can change up to 24 hours before the party starts. We do need 24 hours notice just to secure transportation, things like that if need be. Yeah. Otherwise, there is like a $50 like change fee. But usually people know before then if they want, our planner on site or not. Yeah. Usually people have a pretty good feeling about that. Okay, and now also based on your party, we will have a planner assigned to you. Yeah, so we have certain folks who they work later evenings or people who do day parties, things like that. Yeah, so we'll assign them to you. And if for any reason you want a different party planner, please do let us know as soon as possible. Of course, we love and support all of our employees, but if for whatever reason you feel like you'd be better suited with someone else, please do let us know. Yeah, we're happy to help. Of course, no hard feelings. Sometimes you just don't vibe, yeah? All right, so let's get into more of the nitty gritty. So we've got a day hammered out. Okay, now do you have a time in mind, or is it kind of an open house style party? Tell me what you're thinking as far as timing. Great. Great. Yeah, we can definitely work with that. Yeah, not a problem at all. Okay. Perfect. We've got all that now. So let's talk about this. Do you have an age range for your party? Like, is it adults only? Are there going to be kids there? Maybe a couple kids? Is it, babies too? I heard our office dog. I think she might be coming in to lay down. Nope, not yet. We do have an office dog. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, she tends to stay back. Okay. Yeah, as far as, party planning goes, it is nice to know an age range, but if it is something that's more variable, definitely let us know that too. Yeah, there's our office dog. She's just coming in to lay down. She's a shepherd, so she just likes to make sure that we're all, where we should be doing our jobs. She's the real boss around here, I tell you. Okay, so we've got an age range. Love that. Now, do you have a rough estimate on how many invitees you will have? Like, is it, 10 to 15 people, 100 people, 200 people? How many people are you expecting, anticipating? I know you can't plan on 47 maybes, Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How do you plan for that? Yeah, you got it. Okay, perfect. Now, this is my favorite question. Do you have a theme in mind? Like, do you want, classic old Hollywood monster movies? Do you want it to be kind of new school spooky? Are you thinking maybe do like a very kid friendly theme? Like, the, what's it called with the peanuts? Do they just call it the Great Pumpkin? It's a Charlie Brown video movie thing from from my childhood, which is a minute ago. Yeah, something like that. we've had all kinds of themes for Halloween parties. We've had it centered on just like one horror movie. We've had it centered on candy corn. We've had a little bit of everything, but we want to make sure that your party is unique to you. So if there's, anything that you can think of that you want to make sure that we include, we're happy to do that. Yeah, it's honestly, it's what we do. We're here to serve you, make sure that your party is exactly what you want it to be. Oh, okay, so you might have like a couple ideas. Yeah, that's totally fine. And what we can even do with that is we can present you with two options. We could present you with like each option individually, or we could also work to combine the two. Yeah. Yeah. So, for instance, if you have, like an event space that has multiple rooms, we could do one room a certain way, another room a certain way. Yeah. Like we've had a lot of folks who, when they have a party with us, they'll have like the room for the kids is more kid friendly than the room for the grown ups, if you catch my drift. So that's something that, yeah, we're very comfortable and equipped to do. Yeah, it's honestly no trouble at all. Yeah, honestly, not a problem. Not a problem in the slightest. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. Now, regarding event spaces, do you have an event space that you've already booked? Were you looking to book an event space? Do you plan on having this like at your house? Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty common too. Like we can do like corporate events as well. Like if you were having, a team building exercise, that's a Halloween party. We can do those as well. But if it is a property that is rented, we do need to have written permission from the building owner. And we would also need a copy of their like guidelines. For instance, like some places they don't allow balloons for like latex allergy purposes and things like that. Yeah, yeah, for instance, like we've had hospitals book Halloween parties or other parties, and yeah, you can't really take latex there. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. I like you. You're a lot of fun. Okay, so let's see here. We've talked about event spaces a little bit. Let's see. Okay, now, do you want tell me about the food that you want to have at the party. Are you looking to have like prepackaged snacks? Are you looking to have like food made at the location? That way it's hot and fresh. Are you looking to have, like catered items, chilled items? Yeah, tell me about like any kind of food you have in mind. Okay. Yeah, that's really fun. Yeah, one thing that I've been seeing is that, people enjoy having the hidden boxes with like food in it. And it says it's, like zombie brains, but really it's like grapes or jello or something like that. Yeah, those are really fun, especially for kids. They get, spooked out in a good way, kind of thing. Yeah, very fun. Okay, so let's see. Now, are you hoping to have like hors d'oeuvres, like snacks? Do you want to have like a main entree, dessert? Like, is it a sit down meal or is it more kind of casual as you go, buffet style, stuff like that? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I think that's a really smart way to go for sure. Yeah, I absolutely think that's a pretty brilliant way to go. Yeah, I've I've seen a lot of places with their parties and food. And trust me, I think you're doing it right. Okay, now similar but different. Do you plan to have like drinks like mocktails, cocktails? Do you need a bartender? Things like that. Yeah, that is one of those things that, it is a little hard to say. Personally, I do recommend that if you are going to have like specialty drinks, I think having a list of mocktails is nice for the folks who maybe aren't or can't drink. That way they can still have something fun. Like, we've got like a blackberry punch and stuff like that that's got, fun names and stuff in it to where it's still like fancy and you feel like it's a treat, but it's not necessarily alcohol. Yeah, and we can even do that for, the littles. Sometimes the littles like to feel like they're getting a special soda. Like, you know, a Shirley Temple is fun at any age, but especially when you're young, it feels very fancy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely recommend. Okay, so we can also hammer that out once you have more of a set guest list. So if you find that, like, oh, hey, we're going to have, a lot more kids than I anticipated, we need to have, something more fun for them to drink. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, not a problem at all. Okay, so let's see here. What else? Let's talk about decorations. So, as far as decorations go, we use everything that is only temporary, of course. That way it doesn't do any damage to the walls, the ceilings, the floor, wherever we have the items. Are there any kinds of decorations that you absolutely do not want to see at this party? Yeah, that's, yep, that's fair. Yeah, we do tend to keep it very like PG unless we are going like full horror movie theme. And even then, the decorations aren't meant to be so scary that, you know, your guests feel like they can't stay at the party, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that's exactly it. Is we want to make sure that everyone feels welcome, everyone feels like they're included, but also we do want to make sure that we're executing your vision. So if you want to have, something scary, we want to have that. But all of the decorations do get pre approved by you the week before the party. Yeah, we won't bring in anything on the day of to say, like, hey, do you like this? Do you not? We like to have all of our ducks in a row at least a week ahead. That way you can let us know, hey, or you can even think about it and say, hey, I thought about this. I talked about it with my spouse. We actually feel like this. Like, you don't have to, like, have those fears, I guess, of like, oh, maybe that's not a good play. Yeah, exactly. We're really flexible. Okay, and then now let's talk about similar to decorations, lighting. Yeah, like we obviously won't use any lights that could cause, a reaction in epileptic patients, but we do have various like colored lights, disco balls, we have fog machines, things like that. Are any of those things that you might want to include or conversely not include? Okay. Yeah, that's totally valid. And yeah, anytime that we would use anything like dry ice, which we can use in certain things, we make sure to only use it in safe environments. So if you have, a lot of open air, things like that, that's when we'd use it. But yeah, we don't use it in enclosed spaces, things like that. Yeah, exactly. We want you to have a good time, not an unsafe time. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now as far as like actually, this kind of goes back to drinks and similar party favors. Do you plan on having something as like a party favor for your guests? Sometimes people do like a customized cup, or they have like a cup station to decorate like a cup with stickers or whatever. That way, kind of everyone knows their own cup. Or did you plan to have any sort of like grab bag for people? Are you doing like a raffle? We just like to make sure that we know from the standpoint of we want to make sure that we bring like enough tables. So it's okay if you supply things, but we want to make sure that we bring enough tables for you. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes even the venues have like extra tables you can use, but we try to do everything in house just to make it easier. It's easier to keep track of that way, you know? Okay. Yeah, we're almost done actually, if you can believe it or not. We've almost got your party under wraps like a mummy. It's under wrap. Please don't leave. Don't, please don't leave. It's been a long day. Let's see. Do we need any chairs? Yeah, like some Halloween parties, you have a dance floor, but chairs. Okay, perfect. Are you hiring a DJ? I know. Okay, so let's see here. Perfect. Alrighty, now. Okay, do you plan on having a photo booth? Okay, and would you need props for a photo booth if you do decide to have one? Okay, fantastic. All right, now also tangentially related, do you need us to have any sort of games facilitated? So, like we don't really do the bobbing for apples. That gets kind of dangerous, but we do have, like pin the nose on the pumpkin, stuff like that. We also offer pinatas if you want to do a pinata. Yeah, they're usually Halloween themed, but yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, so I think we've got everything handled as far as like serving trays, bowls, utensils, all that good stuff. Do you have a color theme that you would like to go with that is different than the traditional Halloween colors, like the black, orange, purple, green, like that kind of color palette? Okay. Yeah. And that is always something that you can change too. Like if you see what we're working with and you're like, oh no, I don't want that. Yeah, that's why we show you everything ahead of time to make sure that this is really what you want it to be. You're trusting us with, you know, an event that's hopefully going to make memories that last a lifetime. So we want to make sure that it's exactly what you want. Yeah, exactly. We're super happy to help. Okay, so I think we have everything. Got your name, phone number, email. The best way to reach you, would you rather be reached via telephone, text message, or email? Perfect. That's what I would have picked too. I'm not going to lie. Okay, fantastic. So I will make sure that I get your party over to one of our planners. And I think I've got just the one in mind. I think she's going to do a great job. Yeah, I think she's going to execute the vision perfectly. Yeah, but again, if you do have any questions or want to reach out, we've got our phone number on our card. Feel free to take one of those with you if you'd like, or you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. You can find us that way if you'd like. Okay, perfect. So I've got everything there. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else from you. If you have any questions for us, definitely do reach out. Even if it's, after hours, definitely give us a call, shoot us a text. We'll be able to get to it as soon as we are back in. Yeah, perfect. Fantastic. Well, thank you again for coming in. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and we will see you at your party. Yeah, maybe I'll sneak in. Yeah, we'll see. All right, you take care. Thanks. Okay, let's see. Do I want to get this over to Rava? Rava would do a great job, but I think Andrew would too. Ooh, or maybe Carlos. You know what? I am going to let them decide. Whoever picks it up first, I think is going to be the one to do it. I think the other ones should have been faster if they wanted to do it. Yeah. I do think Rapa would do a really good job, though. I kind of hope she gets it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let's see here. So I got that. I wonder when we'll start getting requests for Thanksgiving. Probably soon. It's going to be a long winter season, I tell you that. Oof. Yeah. I think it's going to be busy at Christmas. All right. Submitted everything. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go get my break. Let's do that.